Welcome back to the channel. In this episode I'm going to do a brief review of the new Ford Everest. The new Ford Everest is one of the vehicles I've been looking forward to having a test drive in, especially the new V6. It's currently the only SUV in its segment that's coming with such a powerful engine. The vehicle we're reviewing is the V6. And it's the 4x4 version, and it's also the Platinum spec. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now, hit the notification bell to see more reviews like this. Looking at the front of this vehicle, it's a quite a bold design. C-shaped headlamps, very interesting grille design, big Ford badge up here, comes with a front viewing camera, and then also these nice spotlights. This model also comes with radar cruise control, sensors you can find in here, and it's got parking sensors in the front as well. Coming to the side of the vehicle, you get these nice 21-inch rims, and the tire size is a 275 45 21-inch. Obviously, if you plan on going off-road, maybe better to replace it with a smaller rim size. Maybe see if you can find an 18-inch rim and then some off-road tires, but for normal city driving this will do. Interesting to note that it is a bit wider than what you would have found in the past on these Everest. I see it's a 275, so it's a bit wider tire instead of the 265. Some nice details that you have on the side as well as this nice V6 badge, and then the Platinum sign there, and then also it comes standard with the side steps. I think the Platinum version has this nice chrome insert there, mostly just to step on. If you're going to do tough off-roading, you'll most likely replace it with a rock slider, but for the average Joe it should just be fine. On these side mirrors, they come with the rear down-facing camera, as well as these courtesy lights when you open the door in the dark. That's quite a handy feature. In terms of the suspension, it comes with coil springs in the front, independent front suspension. Looking at this design here, it seems as if they have beefed it up versus the previous model, so it should be a bit stronger. Right quality, well, that we will find out later in this video. At the back you have a solid axle suspension setup with coil springs. I believe the rear diff lock was also part of it, and yeah, like I said, we'll see now how nice it drives. This V6 is 184 kilowatts, 600 newton meters of torque, so more than enough torque and power there. I've just had a look at one of the brochures, and it shows that it does come with some oil sensing system that will tell you when you need to change your oil. So depending on your driving style, you might have to change it more often, or if you do a lot of short distance traveling in the city, which I think is going to be quite a useful feature. Just a couple of things on this model. It does come with some extras that's not standard, like this bonnet protector. It's from Ford, and then also on the windows, those wind deflectors, and then on the inside it's got rubber mats. That's also not standard, but I think that's quite a useful feature. So let's go have a look what's inside this vehicle. Now, on the inside of the Everest, you get this key. It's got proximity key, so it's push button start as well. Well, looks pretty much the same than the key of the previous generation. Then you've got this nice leather steering wheel. It's a bit smoother surface finish than the other model. On here you've obviously got all your driving controls. We'll see if we can test out some of them when we do the test drive, volume, things like that. Then your gear lever here, which is a different design than the previous model. It's electronic parking brake. I've noticed on a Ranger that they still have a manual handbrake that you pull up. Then you've got your different drive modes here, 2 high, 4 high, 4 low, and 4 automatic, which I think is quite a nice feature to have, because the vehicle you can drive in 4-wheel drive on a tar road, and the vehicle will decide where it needs to send power, especially handy on a wet tar road. Different terrain responses here. Well, leather armrest, nice and soft. Yeah, on the inside you can see it's actually quite nice dividers that they've put in here. There's also a 12-volt plug. It's not USB, but you can 12-volt thing you can put in there. Then here in the front there's I think that's a wireless cell phone charger, so a nice place to put your phone, and then USB C and your standard USB port, which is quite nice and handy. In terms of the seat and the driving position, the seats are really comfortable. It's not too narrow, you know. Sometimes you get in and the seats feel really as if they squeeze you in. So really nice, comfortable driving position. The wheels are at the corner of the front so will be easy to place your wheels when you do rough terrain. Then they also have a sunroof in this model. The interior of this model is also completely blacked out. In terms of adjusting your seat, it's electrical seats that you can adjust yourself, moving the position forward, back, whatever position you prefer. So one push basically will start up all the electronics, including the radio. What you can see here in front is I see you've got your distance there. Then it seems as the pressure of your tires, which is quite nice. Fuel gauge, ref counter, and then obviously your speeds. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to adjust this. In here on the head unit you can have Apple CarPlay, where you can connect your phone, Android Auto. You can see your aircon controls, which is quite nice, and you can adjust it here, which is quite nice. Let's see, well, low, and then how hot you can take it in here. You can make it almost like 30 degrees if you so wish. I usually put it on 22 degrees, which is what my personal preference. Also in here, what I see is you've got these nice ambient lights. I'm not sure if you can change the color on them, but it will look quite nice when you're driving in the night. The steering wheel, you can adjust it. You can put it closer to you. You can adjust the height of it, which is quite nice. Interesting design that I see they have here for the door handle. It's not sticking out, so it's almost inside this inside the handle, which you will use to close it. So you just put it like this, here it opens, you close the door. Nice solid sound to it. In terms of rear space, I'm about 176. Nice headroom in here, plenty of space for your feet and your legs, and yeah, let's see if it's as far back as possible. The driver's seat has moved a bit back. Interesting, when I switched off the vehicle it moved, so I assume it's got what's sort of like memory for the specific driver, which is quite nice. Air vents at the back, basically the same design as the previous Everest. What's also nice here, you can control it here at the back, and it has got a 220-volt outlet. Now that's especially nice for me because I do have a drone, and when I have to charge it, I cannot charge it through 12-volt because it's got an intelligent battery, so you need 220-volt to charge it. So for accessories like that, it's very nice. I see it's 400-watt max that it's rated, and then also you have some USB points here at the back as well. Looking at space at the rear, there's not a lot of leg room. It's ideally would be suited for kids, or every now and again if you need those extra 2 seats, but it's still a very handy feature to have. The back is nice and flat. What I do notice is that it does have a bit of a slope, and I found it with the previous Everest as well, that you do sometimes have good sliding, although there's it's a bit rougher than the other ones, so that might help stuff not sliding around. So let's start it up. Oh, very nice and quiet when you start it up. I'm sure it sounds rougher on the outside, but very refined, the engine. It's also very quiet inside the cabin. Just the interesting feature that it has is if I switch off the vehicle and it's now still in drive, then it moves back into park, which this is the built-in navigation. Now I find it nice because you don't always want to connect your phone, or you're busy with your phone for something else, and you don't always want to use the navigation on there. So yeah, I really like it that it's like this. Okay, so the first impressions is it's very easy to drive. I basically got in it and started driving. It's not like you have to figure it out how it works. So it's very nice drive. Going over a speed bump, also very nice and smooth ride. Even just something that I'm noticing now, I'm trying to stop the vehicle, and you cannot just be gentle on the brake, it will stop. You really need to press it quite hard, so you can actually feel the torque and the power of the V6 engine. Okay, so just one of the advantages of being able to drive in four-wheel drive, but not in full permanent four-wheel drive, but in 4x4 in the auto mode. So it's now in the auto mode. Now I'm gonna try and stick the GoPro out of the window so that you can see what the wheels are doing. Let's see if it does it. So if you turn sharply, you will see it just turns easily. There's not resistance to it. So if we now go back, I'm gonna put it in 4 low, even 4H, 4 high, and you will see and hear the difference of the wheels trying to turn. It's now in 4 high, and just listen to the difference of the wheels on the gravel. You can actually hear it quite a bit back. This, I think, is quite a handy feature if you suddenly need to turn sharply, but you still need four-wheel drive for some reason. So what it shows you here is the boost of your turbo, the sign there in bar. So it's not your tire pressure, it's the turbo boost. Okay, so I'm getting ready now to turn onto the highway here. And here we go. Very nice and powerful. It's really pushing you back. As it go higher in the gears, the power is there. It's constant power, and but it's very smooth. It's not like it throws you around, so it's very smooth power delivery, which is very nice, and it helps you to have a very nice and comfortable ride. So this also comes with lane keeping assist. If you just drift out of your lane, it will start to correct itself. You can see that red light there showing you that it's assisting you, but it's very subtle. It's not jerky, so it's actually a very nice feature, and works quite well. Okay, so we're back now at the dealership after that test drive. Look, I cannot really go and test it off-road. That's the only model they have, but I'm very sure it will be very capable with a couple of things if you do regular off-road driving that you can change as well. But overall, I'm very much impressed by the vehicle. It handles really easily, really comfortable to drive, easy to use. So yeah, we'll see now over time how the vehicle performs in terms of reliability. The engine itself, it's a really nice engine to live with, to drive with. It's really smooth, it's really quiet. It doesn't sound like a monster, but the power is there when you put your foot down. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and then see you on the next video. Just a quick word of thanks to Fury Santon for letting me review this vehicle, taking it for a drive. Thanks, Justin. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more reviews like this.